There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name. Hey, yo, what's going on right now? You're watching Casino is the name, and in this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about having a millionaire mindset. That's right, like thinking like a millionaire or a future millionaire or a current millionaire. You have to have the right mindset in order to achieve those goals. If not, even if you achieve $1 million, you will run through that money and it'll go kind of fast. Believe me, there are plenty of entertainers and athletes and lottery winners and things like that who just ran through millions of dollars and they have nothing to show for it. And so you want to have a certain mindset before you even make it to being a millionaire. Because, like I said, you'll run through the money or you won't even respect the money once you get it. All right, so one of the things that I noticed mostly was that when people who I know from where I come from or who have a similar background as me, they, they see or they get a chance to get in contact with me or they know somebody who knows me. And so they say, hey, Casino, show me how to get that lifestyle that you live. Like, I want to live like that. And it's like, I can tell you how, but it takes time, right? It took me time to get here. It'll take you time to get here, right? And so fortunately, there's a curve that you don't have to, there's a learning curve that I can help shorten for you. I can't give you a house tomorrow, but I can show you how to get to a house this size, or a little smaller maybe, or maybe even bigger, with just following certain key steps, right? Same steps that I followed, but it took me time to even figure those steps out, right? And so what I'm noticing is somebody's 22, 23 years old, and they want this now. I'm 37. It took me time, right? This is not an overnight kind of thing, right? There were, like, even what they say, overnight successes still take 10 years. It took 10 years to be an overnight success, you know? So, like, these things took time for me to get here. I had to do my due diligence. I had to learn a lot of things all over. I didn't have a whole lot of help getting to this certain place, this certain mindset even. I had to, like, teach myself. I didn't have anybody that I was able to, like, reach out to who could, like, really just provide the perfect path for me. Because, say, I did know people who were successful, it was just that their path, their background, it wasn't like mine. They didn't grow up how I grew up. They weren't in the space that I was in. They weren't in the mentality that I was in. So when I meet people who are how I was, and I'm like, look, I can help shorten this time for you. Like, I can shorten the learning curve and tell you what you need to know. But even as bad as those people want to be successful, they don't have the patience to wait for, putting the work in. They want this next year. They want this in 6 months. And some of those people who I know, they're like unemployed, in between jobs, right? So that's usually when I hear from them. They're like, yo, I'm down on my luck. I need something different. How can I do this? And it's like, okay, well, it's going to take some time, right? But I can show you the process. They don't want to do the process. They don't want to go through the steps. They don't want to take 2, 3 years, 4 years. They want it tomorrow. And I'm not saying that they couldn't get it tomorrow. I'm just saying that the likelihood is not, it's not likely. And if they did get it tomorrow, it's probably because they hit the lottery or something like that, or, I don't know, just something crazy in order for them to amass that, kind of success in that period of time coming from where they're from. And so changing that mindset, it's hard. It's not an easy thing. I understand this. It took me years and years of being an idiot. Okay, I was an idiot. All right, I had all of the tools to do things. It was just my mindset just wasn't right. And so now speaking to some of those people who I'm familiar with, as far as their upbringing, their background, and things like that, you know, they may want to be successful. They are ready to change their life, but they just don't have the patience, and they don't have the patience to go through the process. And I was thinking about a lot of the people who I know who was doing like scams and stuff like that, even hustling, trapping, whatever they was doing. A lot of the people who I know who was doing all of the little, hit a lick, kind of things or whatever, where they scam. All kinds of things, right? They was doing all kinds of taxes, whatever they was doing. They was doing all kind of stuff, unemployment, whatever they was doing, all the different kind of scams that they was doing. They'll run those numbers up, and they was up during those time frames. Like I know people who was making like 40,000, in like 2 months, doing stuff like that, and they was making a lot of money at one point. And fast forward to today, or if you go 5 years from now, they won't have much to show for it, because it's not a constant income flux. It's like they ran up a lick and then they back, working at UPS or, doing something. But for a while they balled out, they enjoyed that 2-year time frame or whatever. And then in 5 to 10 years from now, if you did it, if you're the person who did it the right way and you got in your career and you've been stacking up, when it's time, 5, 10 years from now, more than likely, you're going to be ahead of them. I was just telling somebody the other day that my cars, my houses, like I earned this. I worked for this. I created this. I built this. Like this is not something easy to go away. This is not easy to take from me. This is solid. And your foundation when building up a legacy or building up, building up your estate, whatever it is, building up your retirement, you need to, you should, well, I won't say you need to, but I would want to build it on a solid foundation. And so it is not easy to take my cars from me. It is not easy to take my houses from me. But if I was somebody who was like, hitting for different licks, that lifestyle, it fluctuates so much. It come and go. Like it's, you ball and you high on life for 2 months, and then the next 7 years you're like in a slump. Whether or not you're fighting cases, can't get any more quick money in, and you're used to spending a certain kind of money. It's just so many different things. You can't really invest it in like 401k plans or stock portfolios, because you got to justify how you just got $40,000 with no job. Maybe you can slow invest it piece by piece at a time. But that mentality just that's not even something you're even thinking about. You're just trying to enjoy life, right? And sometimes the tortoise does win the race, slow and steady, Now, I wouldn't say slow and steady. I don't believe in slow money. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do another video addressing the fast money thing, because it's a lot of people who attribute fast money to a negative stigma. I was just having that conversation. And I don't think of fast money in a negative way, because if fast money is a bad idea, then that would mean that getting money slow is a better idea. And I don't believe that getting money slow is a good idea either, because like when guys like David Tepper were making $3.5 billion in a year, that was like $1.6 million an hour he was averaging. There's nobody I know making money faster than that, but we don't attribute that to fast money, right? And so we have to change the mentality of, say, fast money, right? Because fast money, if you see it as a negative thing, that means you want to make money slow. Nobody should want to make money slow, right? We want to make as much money as we can fast, just legitly, okay? We just want to make it clean, and that's how we want it, right? But I was just talking to somebody, and the term fast money, when he said it, he was saying it like it was a bad thing. And I was like, no, let's look at it differently, right? But we're not thinking about the legal ways to make money extremely fast. It's just attributed with like a negative, like, oh, you must be doing something wrong. So all I'm saying is doing things on a solid foundation, right? the scamming and stuff, that's not on a solid foundation. That the trapping and hustling is not on like a solid foundation. And don't get me wrong, there's some people gonna do that stuff and be extremely successful, and nothing will ever happen to them in a negative light, and all of that. And I understand that. The vast majority, though, are not very successful in the long run, right? And so we want to play the long game. Like, do you want to be in the best odds, or do you want to be in the worst odds? And I would always want to be in the best odds. So when I make these statements, they are for the masses and not for the minority of people the small groups of people who, one or two people who will be successful. For every one successful trap guy, there's 1,000 unsuccessful ones who life is just in and out of jail, it's dangerous, people trying to rob them, all kind of stuff. Like, it's just a lot that comes with that. And so that's basically what I was just doing this video on, just talking about having a millionaire mindset, just having a mindset where you're trying to grow and build on solid foundations and changing your mindset about money and how you see it and the things you're willing to do for it. All the millionaires that I know, they understand that there's a process that you must go through, and it takes time. And they all have gone through a process. The ones that I know have gone through a process in order to get to where they are today, right? And it's not like even when they talk to you about, you can do it too, right? They're saying you can do it too. It's just gonna take some time. All right, so anyway, right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. I gotta go. And like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also follow me on Instagram @ KINGCASINO and the number 1. All right, and we out. Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. And if you wanted to know how I started my trucking business, I have an ebook called Big Shot, Hot Shot Volume 1, Own Your Trucking Authority. It's a great book, 5-star reviews. The link will be in the description below. Go get that. Yeah.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Me and her together, we just count it up. Money on my mind, I can't get enough. Don't play with my money, you don't want no beef. Cause I come from the bottom, I come from the street. When she first saw me, she said, who is that? When a man saw me, he called me a threat. I'm the one that really live, wanna rap. They ain't never did it, they ain't really trap.
You say you want to be successful. Well, what's stopping you? Can't nothing stop you from being successful except for you. You standing in your own way. I came from the bottom. I ain't know nothing but the grind. You can't tell me nothing about that. I caught the bus at Basin Street Projects in Tallahassee, Florida. You hear me? I used to think $1 million would last me my whole life. I'd have made that and spent that. $1 million ain't enough. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name.